All right, so it's Friday, it's July 23rd, 1:30 when I'm doing this video, and the market is absolutely ripping. I mean, this has really been a killer week after Monday when, oh man, it was just unbelievable to turn around, and I had said it in Monday's video that it was too extreme and we will bounce, but I really had no idea that we was going to bounce like that. If you want to know my opinion where the market is going, you have to check out yesterday's market update video, which I'll try to link above, or just go to my videos and it's the next video, the video before this. In this video, we're going to talk about Tesla because earnings next week, it's coming out, right? Next week is the week that we all been waiting for. All right, so we got Tesla, we got Apple, AMD, Starbucks, Microsoft, Google, PayPal, Facebook, Shopify, Qualcomm, and Amazon, and there's many, many more. I'm just deciding I'm going to talk about each and every one of those stocks I just mentioned, pull up the charts, and just see what's up. Now, today's rally appears to be powered by Snap. Before I get into Snap, let's just take a look at that heat map, all right? Look at Facebook and Google. The ad sector is just on fire. Snap up 25%. We'll see that in a minute. Tesla not participating. It's something to wonder about. Let's get to the chart. Boom. All right, here we go. Snap. Right now it's up 24%. Look at that. This is the weekly candle. Look how it's an outside week, right? Meaning this candle is larger. It encompasses not last week, not only the week before, it's a multi, I don't even know what to call this. I need to invent a name for it when it's a multi outside week, right? It's just covering, it's encompassing like Pac-Man, damn near a month's worth of data, a month worth of candlesticks. So this thing is going much, much higher. Look at the separation that we're starting to get with the moving averages. I got the 9, I got the 20, right? And we see how the stock price was over that the whole time. So now the stock is separating, going above. The moving averages are separating, starting to point up. This thing is going a lot higher, but man, can you buy it up 24%? Probably not, but probably not. I mean, gosh, that's kind of, we need a pullback on this. I would love to jump in, but because I just think this thing is off to the races, but we need it to settle down, man, right? Hopefully they forget about it soon and then it comes down, right? Let's talk about Monday, right? So Monday, Tesla's popping off. Looks just the opposite, right? It's not looking good going into earnings. The one good thing is that it is down here. It's low. There's not much to be expected from Tesla when they report. So when they do report, it has room to run. It's not pushing up against those highs, which I like it. But the chart is telling you there could be problems that this earnings, it just might not pop like that. So yeah, you never know which way these earnings is going to go. So I'm going to say down. I'm just going to say it. I think it's going down. I think Tesla is going to fail here because there's just no excitement above this trend line break. I had my call spread set for this thing to rally into the numbers, which is Monday, and we're getting no action whatsoever. Kind of tells me what the number may be like. So not feeling Tesla. That is Monday, right? So now it's Tuesday, right? Tuesday is the big boys, right? So we got Apple. We got AMD, Starbucks, Microsoft, and Google. All right, so see, you can see the other. Now, this is Apple. See how Apple's running into the earnings. Now, the good thing about Apple is, although it's still not at the top of the range. I mean, well, I guess it's hitting all-time highs. But when we draw this channel, right, it's not at the top of the channel. So I like that. So, right, so Apple has room to run, in my opinion. And if it could blow through, man, there's no more resistance, and it could just go higher. So Apple actually looks good going into earnings. The opposite of the way Tesla was looking, right? So I'm liking Apple, right? I've never been a fan of Apple, but I gotta admit, man, the stock just goes up. AMD, let's take a look at AMD. I was in it, I was out of it. Now let's see what it's doing, right? Oh, I got that wrong. Hold on, let me straighten up the charts. Oh, you're probably like, look at these ugly charts. Let me just do that. Let me clear some of this out, and here we go. All right, so you can see what's happening. We're about to push up against all-time highs. And AMD looks, it's in a perfect position to break out here, right? Just below the resistance and just below the all-time highs. So if earnings is great, if this chip shortage is working for them, it should go up. I'm going to say it's going to go up. All right. I like the way the action is going into the number. I like the moving average crossover. Everything is kind of looks like it's working. Some volume started coming in. The stochastic's not looking the greatest, but that can turn. That can turn. So I guess I'm going to like AMD. By the way, these are my guesses. These are 50-50. This is like flipping a coin, okay? This is a coin flip when I'm giving you a guess. All right, I have no idea what these going to do. I never play earnings, but I'm just kind of looking at the chart and doing my best to see which way this thing is going to go and how the setup looks going into earnings. All right, so let's pull up Starbucks. I told you about the restaurant stocks. They are on fire. McDonald's up 5 points today. We're not going to talk about McDonald's, but they all on fire. Look at the breakout, right? Looks like Starbucks not as strong. Looks like Snap, but not as strong. There's a breakout, textbook breakout. It's off to the races. You got to find a position to get into Starbucks. Hopefully it pulls back. But yeah, going into earnings, I see it looks great. I think if Starbucks were to pull back on earnings, I think that's a buy. I just think it's a buy. I'll come back into range and then boom, you could scoop it up and get some more. So I like Starbucks going into earnings. Let's look at Microsoft. And all these stocks, these are the leaders, man. These are the leaders of the market. This is why it tells you that the market's going to go higher. The stocks that we're looking at are the leaders. And they just, what's going to pull them back, right? What's going to make them change? The market can't go down if these don't go down. Right, so Snap just showed you an amazing earnings. So what about the kings when we get to Facebook and Google? That's why they're up so strong today. So here's Microsoft, all-time high. It looks great. The only thing is it's a little toppy, right? It's a little toppy. Microsoft, if I remember, doesn't move a lot when they report, right? It'd be 1%, 2%. I don't like the fact that it is at all-time high and it's pushing up, and you can see how it's away from the moving averages. Microsoft don't do that. It doesn't go too far from the moving averages. So Microsoft, I'm going to say it's going to be flat. Yeah, I'm going to call it flat. I think they're still going to report a great number, but I'm just not sure the stock is going to move. And that's one thing about earnings is it could be a great number. It could be fantastic. They could say everything you want to say, but the stock don't move. And it could be vice versa. It could be terrible, right? And they could see everything you don't want them to say, and the stock could pop. Right. So you just never know. That's why I don't really like earnings plays. But a lot of people like them. A lot of people only trade during earnings and that's it. And they make good money. So I'm not one of those people, but I don't like Microsoft pushing up like that right at the highs. This is something I would take a pass on. I actually think I'm not going to say they're going to just go down, which they may. I just don't think there's a big pop here. I just think just going to be muted. Right. So I'll call it muted for Microsoft. Let's pull up Google. I haven't pulled up Google in a while, and Google is kind of the same way. It's getting to play today. Today, I'm going to say is earnings, right? Because these stocks are moving off of Snap's fantastic earnings report with the advertisers. And, look at it. It's separating. It looks like it still has room to pull away, though, right? It's just now pulling away from those moving averages. Look what happened here, right? Google's another stock that just doesn't go too far away from the moving average, right? Stepping perfectly. Nice run actually here. So it might go up a little bit. You could get a pop here in Google. But still, it's at the all-time high. It just makes me go, So maybe not the biggest pop because the setup is not perfect, but it does look like it could still go higher. So I actually like Google going into the number. And once it pops, I probably will just take a chill after that. That's just my guess. Let's go into Wednesday. All right. So PayPal, that's Tuesday. That wraps it up. Let's look at PayPal. Check out Wednesday. Wow. Double top action. Now, I'm not a fan of the double tops. Let me go to the daily to see if this thing got rejected yet. No, just a little bit, right? But here's the thing. You're at the double top. Earnings is coming. So you can blow through this double top with the pressure, with the power of the earnings. I'm trying to give a good adjustment here. Let me clear it all out. Right, so there's your double top. This is some of the best trades to play if you're going to short. Like if, stocks always pull back on double tops. But This one is right there, pushing up against that resistance hard, coming out with earnings. It definitely has a chance to blow through and blow through big, right? When it's right here at a double top, it could just, it's like a lot of pressure, like five guys. Think of like five guys pushing down a door, busting through a door, and they all leaning on it. When it finally breaks through, they all fall in. And I think this is something that it looks like with PayPal. So I'm actually going to say it goes up here, that the double top just doesn't work with PayPal. I think this little red bar was your pullback hitting the double top. Because look at the daily, right? Look how we hit it. There's your pullback, right? And that's not much of a pullback. That's almost 6%. And then boom, right back up. Now, you know, I always say when something gets rejected like that, it's going higher. And there it is. Just like Monday, right? That Monday move was rejected by what? Wednesday morning? Just rejected, just done, right? And so we're going higher. Here, the same way, a little on a small scale. I think PayPal actually goes higher. PayPal looks good. I'm actually in PayPal. Out of the stocks we talked about, I'm in Starbucks. I guess that's it. And I'm in PayPal. I need to be in some more of these, man. These stocks is looking hot. I used to always be in this one, Facebook. I pulled out and this thing's been running. It ran away from me. I missed it, right? I need a pullback. So look at the daily. We got a gap. This one doesn't look good going into earnings. I think that today was the earnings for the most part. It's running off a snaps number. I think, yes, it goes higher, right? This is an outside week. I'm sure it's going to close up here. This is set up to go higher. Just don't know if we get the pop on earnings. It could happen. You know, it might be small, but I think it goes up, but just not hard. Here's my guess, right? Maybe up a percent or two. Okay, so I like Facebook. No, that's only because it ran today, right? Snap kind of ruined it for all of these stocks. Anyway, so I like Facebook, and the stock. I'm not a fan of Facebook because the government's always coming after them, right? So I'm like, oh man, that's what made me just bail out of the position. Every time you turn around, they just wanting to do something with their business. So I just like, you know what, I'm just done with it. And ever since then, it's just been running off to the races. So I'm afraid to almost take positions because then they'll come and say, this and this, and it brings it back down. But here's the thing. When that happens again, if that happens, we need to buy it. This chart is looking fantastic. All right, so Facebook, man, you got to love it. Shopify is next, right? Look at all of these stocks. It's just unbelievable. The tech stocks is back in effect. Do I need to talk about this one? Do I need to talk about this one? This one is going to blow. All right, this is set up perfectly. You got your little, this is like a bull flag, right? Yeah, I got the wrong tool up. A mini bull flag here. And then you got that beautiful candle. It's already breaking out, right? For another leg higher. So I like, and look at this resistance, you know, which it just kind of broke out, right? So it's ready to go. It's off to the races for Shopify. Yes, this one has a big earnings. I'm guessing this one is going to be big. Basically, I don't know. But it's set up to run. This is a good setup. Even though it's at its high, it's been in check for the last month, just going sideways and holding at this previous high. So it's just ready to ball over. That's a perfect example. Just think of a pot boiling with water, just ready to ball over. And that's what Shopify looks like if they come out with good earnings. That's another thing. These guys gotta hit it out the park, right, for it to be a home run. Okay, so if they don't do that, they will all come down. Well, I won't say all of them, but whoever doesn't is just not going to work. They need to hit a home run, and then they can score, right? Is that a way to put it? Qualcomm. Can we talk about Qualcomm? Stock I never trade. Looks good going into the number, right? We seen how all the other stocks was working, right? They was always all up here. Look at how it's down here. Look how it's been running, right? Been running since, what is that, May, right? The early May. So it looks like it just wants to continue to run and do like the other stocks, kind of come up here and hit the double top, right? So I actually like Qualcomm. I think Qualcomm looks good. The moving averages across an overstock has pointing up. I don't see a lot of volume. That's kind of sucks. But I'm going to say this updraft, this continues. Here's another level of, actually it's a bigger level than, right? Another level of resistance. I say it blows through and we work our way towards this high because all the other stocks are up here, right? And this one's it's on its way, right? It's like a laggard, but it's getting there. Qualcomm, I like Qualcomm. And Thursday is Amazon. This is the stock. I mean, this thing needs to run. You can see that's perfect, right? I talk about this in a lot of my videos. This has the longest consolidation. The bigger the base, right? The higher the space. Well, that's the biggest base we saw. And I brought up a lot of charts here today. That's a big base. And it's starting to break out, right? Amazon has done nothing since June. Nothing, right? And now it's starting to peek its head. So this has a lot of room to run. Look at the moving averages separating. Volumes coming in, right? It's prime. This is perfect. But hey, you never know. You just never know. They might come out and say, they might hit it out the park. Yeah, they sold everything, but they want to do a lot of spending. And then the spending will bring the stock down, right? Amazon is the one stock where you just can't spend any money. Anytime they announce spending, this stock goes down. But the spending works. You need the spending for the future. So if it goes down because these guys are going to have massive spending, it's a buying opportunity. It's a buying opportunity. And it probably will, well, I hate to say this, come down to the bottom of the range, right? Because it's breaking out of just kind of, snap back. Hopefully they all do its job. For the most part, I like them all. We know the numbers. First of all, we know that these guys are going to just kill it. Every single one, every single company I talked about. But it's what are they going to say in the future and if their stock is going to pop or not. So that's what it's all about. I think they all look good. And then that can tell you where the market is going, right? So we might get this earnings week and all these stocks might pop. And then after that, all the flavor is gone. And then it kind of just maybe does nothing, sells off a little bit, only because, we reached the climax. We're just done. Where's my mind going? I don't know. We're just done, right? And take a break. And then we can continue to the upside, right? So I actually like stocks going into the end of the year, man. The setups look perfect, fantastic. All right, so thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe, like, bell, notification. Hit me up Twitter, Instagram. Follow me there as well. I need some more followers on Twitter. And that's it. And just tell me, what do you think about, let me know if you're in any of these stocks. And let me know which ones you think are going to pop and which ones are going to drop during earnings. Exciting week next week. So get your positions ready. We'll take score. I should have wrote what I was wrote my guesses down, so I could come back next week and say, all right, I was 5 for 5, But no, I didn't do that. I can always refer to this video. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.